was presenting Bill Murphy, retired TVT anchor for years and years and years. What did she give you?
She gave me a plaque from the city of Tampa proclaiming last Friday Bill Murphy Day.
I heard that.
And I asked her about my parking tickets, and she walked out the door. So apparently,
you're kidding me.
No. She's a wonderful mayor. It was quite an honor.
Yeah, that is cool.
Tell us about you have a legacy here. I mean, you started out with Channel 10 for a while, and then you moved on. Tell us a little bit about your
came out in the beginning of 1985. I was in Monterey, California, and as beautiful as it is there, I wanted to get into something a little bit more free-form than news, and Channel 10 was going to do a morning talk show. And I went out and I auditioned, and as luck would have it, I got the gig. And for almost 7 years, we did Murphy in the Morning, which was kind of a low-budget Regis.
Yep.
And that was kind of it was terrific. I got to interview 3,000 guests and 1,600 shows.
Wow.
A lot of great guests, including Muhammad Ali and Bob Hope, and on and on. I got to fly with the Air Force Thunderbirds, and then when I got to 13, I got to fly with the Blue Angels and swim with the sharks and swim with the manatees, and just a lot of. I've been very, very fortunate because my career has been in traditional television, but it's been kind of non-traditional, and
until you ended it with TVT, though, right? That was the anchor that you were there.
TVT.
WTVT.
No, the TVT is
WTVT. I thought you said TBT.
Yeah,
it's TVT. I'm sorry.
Fox 13, and they just gave me a wonderful send-off last Friday, more than I could have imagined in my wildest dreams.
How did you get the mayor to come to it, though?
Yeah. How did what?
How did you get the mayor? I didn't see the mayor at Bob Hite's send-off.
Well, the mayor came. I had a greeting from the governor.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very cool. And when you do what I do for a living, after a while you get a little bit jaded. But those two things just knocked me out. But more so, all the time and energy and work of the people at 13, because it took a lot to put those 2 hours together. It blew me away. I'm still not really over it completely. It was a great farewell. If you got to say goodbye, that's a nice way to do it.
Yeah,
you've been in the business, in this market, in this for about 30 years or so. What's your most memorable? I'm sure people have asked you this. What's the most memorable thing that you've accomplished in your years of being?
Sorry, you know what? I'm having trouble hearing you with the crowd.
I said, what's the most memorable thing that you've accomplished in your 30 years?
Well, you know what? It's funny. I mentioned that a moment ago. Of all the things that I did, I think my day with Muhammad Ali, I got to interview Muhammad Ali. I was the first person to interview Ali after word had come out that he was suffering from Parkinson's. And this gentle man, this funny, gentle man, this sweet man. I mean, and yet I remember the days in the rings with Sonny Liston.
Swing like a butterfly, hit like a bee.
He was the greatest. He still is the greatest, in my opinion. But to see him, hobbled, if you will, and that's not a good choice of words, but with the Parkinson's and what have you, it's heartbreaking. But his spirit is so beautiful, and he's so funny, and he'll put you on. And I knew that he liked me when he said on the air. He looked at me and in his kind of halting speech said, "You're not as dumb as you look."
Yeah.
I knew that I had arrived. So that was kind of cool.
You talk about a lot of these experiences, these people that you've interviewed throughout the years of your career. What the hell do you do when you wake up in the morning now? Do you call people on the phone saying, "Hey, I miss you.
What are you doing? Can we go golfing?"
Hey, what's camera 2 shooting right now? I mean, what are you doing?
Well, in the first place, now that I don't have to get up, I sleep until 6:15 every morning.
Regardless.
Yeah. No, it hasn't hit me yet because it's only been a handful of days. Okay. And I'm very busy doing this. We started something new called Travels with Murphy. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Tell us about that real quick.
Yeah, tell us.
And that's we've been very busy doing that. We're going to be taking groups of people on tours. We're going to take them by motor coach to the places that I discovered over the years, and we'll maybe do occasional cruises. Hopefully, I'll have a new book out by October.
So this is all travels with. This is your website.
Yeah.
The travelswithmurphy.com website. Do people go to your website and ask to go on certain tours?
People go to the website and sign up for a newsletter. All they got to do is put in their email address, and we'll take it from there. We're still formulating, even as we speak, the tours and the cost and what we'll be doing. But just to give you an example, we're going to take a busload of people out to Bach Tower and the Pinewood Estate because it's so beautiful there.
Yeah.
And
let
them
something that you
see
might do
it's something
either.
that they probably wouldn't do. And then we'll have lunch out there. We'll schmooze a little bit. We'll take them to big people in Pinellas or Pasco. We'll take them to Big Cat Rescue in Hillsborough, and we'll just see. It's a day-to-day thing, but I jokingly have said to people, I've worked for a lot of crazy people for 30 years, so I'm well trained to work for myself. So
So
we'll
now
see
you
what
do it by
happens.
yourself.
Yeah.
You ever been to the Linger Lodge down in?
I love the
Tell
Linger
me that's
Lodge.
not a one-tank trip,
It is.
baby.
It was in my first book. And the man who started the Linger Lodge, I think he has since retired and sold
he
it.
has sold it, but the food's pretty good now.
The
though.
food is pretty good, and he is a hoot. So
Yeah, it is
I've
a
been
riot going down there.
I've found a lot of the places in the nooks and crannies, but you know what? There's more. There's tons to do.
They go on forever. And
Yeah,
ever
I'm going to
and
get
ever.
on your website, on your newsletter list. So your contact information is travelswithmurphy.com.
Travels with an S, travelswithmurphy.com. Click on that. It's self-explanatory because it's just a pretty basic website, but there's a chance to click on the upper right-hand corner, put in your email address. That's all there is to it. We'll send you the newsletters as we have
Love it.
them.
Love it.
To have to retire and have to do something, what better something to do than Travels with Murphy?
yeah.
You got the life.
Yeah, well, so far anyway.
We've enjoyed watching you throughout the year, so congratulations
Thank
and
you,
thank
guys.
you for giving us our news for the last few
Well,
years.
thank you for inviting me tonight. I really appreciate
You
it.
beat me to the punch, though, because I really wanted to be all the big three in the market, between Bob, yourself, and myself retiring.
Yeah.
I got to put in another 30 years myself, but one day, hopefully, I'll even be happy.
Well, you were just born too late. That's all.
We're going to thank you very
Pleasure
much,
having
Bill.
you.
All right, guys.
So,
Thank you
Bill.
very much.